Welcome to the Hook J podcast, or it's the MMA one, right? So it's the Hook J MMA podcast.
Sure.
We'll go with that one.
Yep, that works for me.
I'm your host, Jake. With me as my co-host, my partner in podcasting, I guess you can call it.
Sometimes crime.
Sometimes, well, very little crime, but there was that one time where we did that thing that we can't really talk about on here.
True.
Yeah,
True.
So let's not talk about that. He is the current reigning, undefeated, or no, he's been defeated before. Undisputed, I should say, 'cause it's been about a year. Title holder in our fantasy MMA league. My brother, Justin. Today is July 27th, which is the day before fight night. Alvarez and Poirier, right?
Yep. Me, UFC on Fox.
Before we get into that, go through a couple things in news as far as MMA goes, which at this point you've probably heard.
Yeah, I mean, let's get our ideas.
News travels fast in the MMA world. There's like 3 news sources.
Outside of Ariel, I mean, not really. You got Bloody Elbow and what, Brett Okawato, whatever the fuck his name is.
What the hell is that?
Somebody, I keep seeing fucking all kinds of posts on, I don't know his name.
Brett Okatawa.
Okinawa, I don't know. It starts with an O.
That just sounds like a Polynesian island.
Probably is at some point in his family history. We don't know.
My grandfather was posted on Okatawa.
During which war? The Great War or the Great War? That's part 2.
The Great War II.
Okay.
Revenge of the Nazis.
Revenge of the Nazis?
Yeah.
Wait, they were in the first one?
Yep.
All right.
They were a background character.
All right, so
First thing, let's go ahead and get the Bellator one out of the way, because I know you're a huge fan of Bellator.
no, I'm not, but I do know, I do realize that they do have a lot of talent up and coming as of now. In the past, I kind of didn't really give a shit about them because nothing was coming out of them. There was not really anything good. It felt like the retirement league.
Yeah.
It's where you send all the senior citizens to die.
Generally,
So,
the
at least their
heavyweight,
fight careers.
the heavyweight division of Bellator has been very much the retirement league, as you call it, or the waiting room.
Yeah.
It's
where that's where they go whenever they decide, I don't know if I want to be a fighter anymore or a trainer. So
fair enough. Commentator, you got Chael over there. He's doing a commentator.
yeah, but Chael's always been a very vocal person. He could have been a commentator while he's fighting like Felder does
True.
in DC.
True. Anyway, the big news out of there is in October. It's the semifinals. Be the semifinals of the heavyweight tournament that they're doing.
Yes. I think if it's in October, are they trying to headline the beginning of next year with like the final match to get there heavy?
I think so.
Unless they're trying to push another card in December.
That one's in October. They're going to try to finish that. I think that one's just the Chael one, because Chael and Fedor, and I think Bader fights at the end of the year against Mitrione.
Yeah,
and
that means
I think they'll probably do it like March.
Well, when did it start? It started in February or March last year?
February.
They'll probably try to end it then too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If you got one in October,
well, they're also
got
doing
one in December, your next one's in end of February.
Was it welterweight tournament or the middle? Was it welterweight?
Yeah,
it's Roy's tournament.
That's an interesting one because you already have a champion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the point of
Well, he already signed up for the go. Like, we're gonna do it again. Like, do the whole roll the dice thing.
I don't understand why, dude. Like, you did it. You proved you're the best. You even had a really good fight with Lima. It busted your fucking leg to hell. Had to get carried out, assisted out of the ring. Like, that was a hard fight. Why would you want to go through a tournament again? It's like, dude, you've already proven you're the best.
Well, he is the best in that weight class in the world. He beat Tyrone. He beat Woodley.
Yeah, I mean, he's beaten people in the UFC when he was with the UFC. But that's also a younger. Both of them were younger.
Yeah, I think if you rerun that match, Roy would still come out on top.
So?
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to go back and rewatch it because I don't know, man.
I think he would still come back on top. I think they both matured, but I still think Woodley would fall for a couple things, and I think for sure.
I do think Woodley's a little more emotional. Like, he's very calculating, but I do think he's a little more emotional than Rory is. Rory's out there to compete.
Yeah.
He's always out there to compete. He's always out there like Cowboy. He's down to fight.
Yeah, he's game all the way there.
He's not giving up.
If you don't believe me, look at the Lawler fight that he had.
Single-handedly the greatest fight in history. I mean, that they should always show that on the wind-up to the main card on a pay-per-view. They should just show Lawler like yelling whenever he finally wins.
Anytime Lawler is on the card,
that primal rage is no. They just need to show it every time.
Just every time.
Yeah, get people into it, man. People want to see the gladiator blood, guts, and mayhem.
I mean, why not?
That's the perfect fight to show you.
Like right there, you literally have the competitor's champion like getting KO. They do it all the time anyway. Like,
yeah.
As soon as someone leaves the UFC and they go over to Bellator, they're like, "Yeah, by the way, you know those knockouts that we never showed?"
Yeah, wink. I don't know. I'm not really excited that much with heavyweight fights across any sport too much. Stipe was probably the only person I've ever really backed in the heavyweight division. It's not really talent stacked. It's
never been talent stacked for any sport.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I never really cared for it in boxing.
It gets exciting when you have like a guy like Mike Tyson or somebody that finishes really quickly. You know, guys gonna go in there and just go for it. But yeah, but other than that, I mean, you watch any combat sport really is heavyweight's never really the greatest one. It's always the lighter weight classes.
Yeah, I mean they're more active. They can do a lot more crazy ninja bullshit sometimes. And
yeah,
look at Mighty Mouse.
Yep, and the mousetrap.
I'm telling you, that was one of the greatest moves I've ever seen.
You know, he practices that.
Like fucking slammed him into an armbar.
He drills that in practice. Like, wait, why? Like, why would you think of that?
Can't wait to see what he tries to do against Cejudo whenever that happens.
He's going to do a flying triangle into a Frankensteiner.
I think he's just going to hurricane him.
He's going to...
Just like they do in wrestling, he's going to hurricane.
Flying triangle into a Frankensteiner. That's old school WCW. It's the same thing. And just, boom, face plant him, followed by this.
He's going to be the first person to actually be a WWE star while he's a UFC fighter.
He can do it.
He doesn't even have to fucking move over. He's not going to pull like a Ronda and take a few months off and kind of hint that she's going over there. He's like, look, I'm doing it in my fucking ring, bitch. That's what I fully anticipated from Mighty Mouse going forward.
Fucking roll the octagon in the squared circle. This is my fucking area, man.
Yeah, but
the Bellator tournament, the heavyweight tournament, it comes down to the semifinals. The first one's in October. I think the next one's in December. October should be the Chael Sonnen Fedor fight.
Chael.
What is that?
I think Chael's going to get it.
Yeah, I fully agree. Which younger, I thought it was crazy that
I think
Fedor
was going to win that one.
Opened up betting-wise higher. You know, he was the favorite.
Well, I mean, it's Fedor.
Which I get it, you know, but Fedor or Chael rather, all the way up to the Anderson Silva fight, the first one, he never lost a round, you know, and he lost the Silva fight, or every time he lost, but prior to that was all by submissions. There was always a problem with that, and I think even all the way up to the John Jones one, if he didn't get finished, he never lost a round, you know.
Yeah, he was doing good too.
I think he's going to do what he normally does, which is wrestle the fuck out of you, get you tired out, and then if you're like Tito Ortiz, you can fake tap and then finish the fight.
That's old. I don't know. I'm not really excited about it. I mean, again, heavyweight's not really something I enjoy watching. They're not really all that exciting unless it's DC, fucking bag tossing them.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's the only time I can need fucking... Or whenever Francis, Pez dismisses somebody's head.
That's such a rough one to watch.
I mean, but yeah, again, though, Bellator's like the retirement league, so I'm not really interested in it.
If, like, say Rumble comes back, he's obviously would be a heavyweight if he comes back, right?
Right.
Rumble versus Francis. I think Rumble would get it, but who do you think between the two has that power still?
I honestly think... Okay, if I'm going to use some, like...
Who would hit harder between
comic
the two?
and anime's bullshit. I think Francis is more like Berserker. He's got crazy strength. And he's proven he's got some crazy strength, dude. He's just waylaying on people. Look what he did to Alistair, right?
Yeah.
Man. All the other people he's fucking damn near sent into orbit. But if you look at Rumble hits. I think he hits just as goddamn hard, but I think he's a lot more polished.
Yeah, well,
and he's going to land them shots
like,
more often than Francis would.
Between the two, I solely believe Rumble would probably get it, just because he's got the more experience.
Right.
He's got a little more accuracy. But between the two, who do you think would hit harder? I think Rumble might.
I think Rumble, just because his accuracy, he's going to put those hard shots.
Well, I think
into better positions.
I think he hits that fucking hard. Even when he was, as a light heavyweight.
Right.
What do you think he's going to hit with that much momentum behind him now, where he's pushing 300, 320?
Yeah, but he's all fucking muscle.
Yeah, he's purely fucking like
dude is fucking jacked.
He's got some muscle on him now. Like he's just been in the jungle lifting fucking logs, like Rocky style.
Man, fucking doing push-ups with elephants.
Dude can fucking like military press an Atlas stone. Like,
oh man, I don't know. I think Rumble would beat. Honestly, I think he would beat him every time.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. I'm just saying the power wise, I think Rumble hits harder now.
He would
physics wise because he's got mass behind him now. A lot more of it.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But it's fucking heavyweight. I'd watch it just to see who goes out first. Although I wouldn't watch it for 15 minutes while they dance around the ring and have to get told to fight. Oh my god.
That's why Herb's the king, man. Herb's the best referee in the game to be like, guys, you gotta do this, man.
Goddard's kind of good if we're talking about refs. Mark Goddard's really good.
Goddard's the British guy, right?
Yeah. I actually like him. Except for
not bad.
I don't know, this last fight card we watched, he stood up some guys, which I didn't think.
I didn't like that part.
I was like, I get you want him to keep him moving, but you probably should have let him advance one more time.
Where was this last fight card? It was in Germany, right?
Yeah, that was the Germany card.
There was that ref.
It was almost the next fight after it.
Yeah, like the white dude, and he had. I want to say he was kind of balding up top.
Yeah,
the older guy.
He stood him up when I didn't need to. I didn't. I was watching that. I was like, what? Why? Yeah. They're working. They're working. He is advancing. He just made a pass.
Yeah,
so whatever.
The rookie ref, I love making those calls where you're like, I wouldn't have done it.
I would have given him at least 30 more seconds.
Yeah, because they were working. They were trying to get.
One guy was at least trying. The guy on the bottom was just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, well, the guy on the bottom was tired as fuck.
Well, he was getting late on, so.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of big motherfuckers, Paulo Costa and Romero.
Oh, Jesus. It's like the battle of fucking genetic freaks.
Yeah, I don't think... If you look at those two, Romero's 105 and is built like a Greek god. And...
You talking about age? You say 105?
Yeah, he's 105. He's supposed to be 40-something, right?
Yeah, he's
in his 40s?
Yep. And I think he's older... I think he is 40. He should be 41 soon. If I remember what he was saying against...
Yeah, but that's...
Whenever he was bullshitting with
That's
DC.
a Cuban 40, That could be anywhere.
40 is 40.
No, that's a Cuban 40. Cuba... If you don't know Cuba...
40 is still 40. He had to have made it at least 40.
They lost a bunch of the birth certificates, so they don't actually know a lot of the ages.
Right, but he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows how old he is.
Yeah, we can prove up to a certain point. We don't know before that.
I don't know. I think that would be a good fight.
I think it'd be great.
I think Acosta loses though, unless Romero gets fucking tired.
I think it'd be great to see what happens on the ground between the two of them.
Really?
Yes, because I think they're not going to go in there swinging for the fences, right? I think what would happen...
Acosta might.
Is Acosta's going to try to keep him at bay because I think he's got a little bit of reach on him, right? He's got longer arms for sure because I think Yoel Romero's got not T-Rex arms, but he's got shorter arms. And I think Acosta will keep him at reach for a certain amount. But I think he's going to get inside. He's going to take him to the fence, and then he's going to pick him up and drive him down and just wrestle the fuck out of him. Complete Hulk smash type shit after that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. All I know is that Acosta's never really, really impressed me. Romero has fucking impressed the fuck out of me a few times. God, what he did to fucking Rockhold was just insane.
That was rough.
And then
Weidman.
Yeah.
He fucking
Kneed him right in the fucking head.
I called that, by the way, the round before.
Yeah, well, Weidman was showing a tendency, so.
Yeah. He'd throw a jab or throw 1 or 2, and then he'd go in for the
he would shoot.
And it did like 4 times, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna get fucked up next round.
Well, fucking Barbosa did that to. Fuck, I cannot remember the guy's name. Because he caught him with the flying knee whenever he came in.
Yeah. It was the last guy Barbosa fight.
No, yeah, before he fought fucking Khabib and got mauled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the one that earned him his title shot.
He moved gyms.
That's good because
Barbosa, I think he's going down to Florida for top team. I want to say.
I think he needs to. I think he needs to.
I know. He moved. I want to say it was top team that's down there.
Did you ever hear what Jacare Souza said about training in Brazil? Like they go in every day and they actually fight.
Yeah.
And I think that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because you can't fight every day. You do need to drill. You do need to relax. Like if you're going there for war every day, every time you go into a fight in that ring, you're not going to be fucking prepped and ready. You're not giving yourself enough time to actually analyze what's going on out there. I mean, it's its own kind of drill, but it's not the same. Can't go into a fight whenever you just got out of one.
Yeah.
Like you really can't. It's not good for you. And I think any of those fighters coming from South America, if that's the mentality they have, especially the Brazilian people, they really need to reevaluate that. Because look at Aldo. Aldo's been in some fucking nice fights, dude. He's got some where he's starched really quick, the opponent, but he's got in some where he's just had the shit beat out of him.
He hasn't been the same.
Fucking Holloway pieced him up 2 fights in a row.
He has not been the same since McGregor, which it's an undeniable fact that after McGregor broke something in Aldo.
Well, when you're champ that long and you get one shot,
just
literally the first fucking
years.
punch, man, knocks you out. Yeah, you're going to be kind of demoralized.
And it just shattered him, you know? And that was Dariush, by the way, that he need. Barbosa.
Dariush.
Benil Dariush.
Okay. Yeah. No, he is.
Yeah, but like, Aldo definitely changed after McGregor for sure, because, you know, he had that 10-year build-up, and then afterwards, it's like the UFC just swept him under a rug. Like,
I know, right?
We'll go on with this guy. This guy is a little more marketable.
Well, they put him up against Holloway for the belt, and he loses, but he gets pieced up by Holloway. Holloway picked him apart.
Yeah.
Like he was fucking standing still. But what's crazy is he fought in between there. I can't remember who he fought in between there. Aldo did, and he looked good. I think it was Frankie. I think he beat up Frankie.
Yeah, he beat Frankie.
Yeah. He beat up Frankie. He looked good in that fight, and then he gets pieced twice.
Yeah.
And that last one was really bad because he didn't even throw his fucking kicks.
Like, although his whole game plan changed at some point, and you're like, why aren't you throwing like the deadliest weapon, like the kicks? The leg kicks was what made Aldo big, is because people will walk in, they're like, oh, I'm gonna walk up to this guy, and he's like, nope, you're gonna walk after the match, you know, and just threw these like professional soccer kicks into your shin and your fucking thigh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to see it. Like, I hope Aldo's next fight, if he doesn't win, he kind of really starts reevaluating what he wants to do future-wise. Because I'd hate to see a 10-year champ just start.
Well, he's got other businesses that he's got.
Well, so
he's secured. Like,
well, it's not even that. I mean, like his fight legacy, right?
He can do other stuff besides that, and he could move on if he wanted to.
The problem is people aren't going to remember him for 10 years being a champ. People are going to remember him for the time he got fucking one-hitted.
Yeah,
and then the times that he got pieced up. So it is what it is on that one. But Romero, I think he beats Acosta because Acosta is not Robert Whittaker. He's not as good as Robert Whittaker, and there's no way. I mean, even though it's a different weight class, there's no way that Romero's not going to be able to take his shots. I think he's going to take them very, very well, because the end of this last fight, Romero was kind of winded, even though he dropped Whittaker, twice, 3 times almost?
I don't know what the hell Romero was taking. Like, did he have some weird Wolverine.
Did you hear what
damn-
Whitaker said?
Yeah, like, what he
He's
has
like,
some
I'm not
weird,
accusing
like,
him of anything, but
Cuban
the guy
Wolverine.
was a wall. Like, he was
Yeah.
a brick wall at his age.
How did
It's something.
How?
I don't know, but
did
there's
he get
something.
like that? Like, because Whitaker broke his hand on him,
Yeah.
and then like he said that was almost instantly, and he felt completely different than the last time he fought. I'm like, what are you doing in between those two fights? Where you
He
have
knows what
his-
he's doing.
Oh yeah,
He's juicing something.
maybe
He's juicing
we don't
something.
know that.
He's juicing something.
USADA says otherwise.
USADA just hasn't found what he's doing yet. That's all there is to it.
Well, they'll find it eventually, hopefully, maybe.
I mean, they keep all that stuff on record for years.
I think it's like 10 years they keep it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
eventually they can go back. Oh, wait. Actually, these last 6 fights you were in,
It was
no
on
contest, no contest, no contest.
He was on like 7X chromosome 5.
Who would have known? He was eating eagle eggs.
That's all it was.
Yep,
Raw eagle eggs. The whole shell.
Yep.
You
Eating
can't.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a natural way to juice yourself and make yourself look like you were 10 years younger. Romero is actually 80, guys.
He just had a pet eagle, like 4 of them, every day, like a chicken.
He had one of those Mexico eagles. Because, you
The
know, they're
Mexico.
like those Mexico cows that everybody likes to eat. Fucking Canelo.
Oh yeah. The tainted beef of Canelo,
Yeah. Right.
like Frank Mir, the kangaroo meat.
Yeah. Right. I can believe some of that stuff to a point, but not all the time. I was like, okay. I don't know anything about that, so. In that 205 division, there's not really much that I'm particularly happy about right now. I mean, like, it's just being held up.
Yeah.
With
pretty
DC
much.
being a champ.
I think on the same card as Romero is Luke Rockhold Weidman, the rematch. That's gonna be interesting because hopefully Weidman won't throw some crazy spinny shit again. Get his ass handed to him.
And
Which he was winning that fight all the way up to the point where he's like, I'm gonna throw this thing.
I think Weidman beats Rockhold just because Rockhold has gotten chinny.
Rockhold's gotten broken in his last couple fights.
He's gotten chinny.
Yeah.
Like, you can blow on his fucking face, and he's like, I'm starting to see stars.
Well, I think
Although Romero just blasted him.
I think Rockhold's confidence is completely gone after Bisping. Because
whenever Pillow Fist beats him.
going
Yeah.
into it, there was a lot of hype, and Rockhold believed full-heartedly there was no fucking way that Bisping was going to outbox him. And Bisping came in and was like, okay, I'll beat you, and I can't even see out of my left eye.
I don't like Bisping as a fighter, but I'm not going to discredit. The guy's good. He was really good. He just did not hit very hard. That's why I call him Pillow Fist. The guy was hitting you with... He'd hit you 100 fucking times, but it wouldn't be about till the 20th one that you started feeling them. Just because it's, you know, somebody takes their knuckle and starts tapping you in the same spot. And about the 15th time, you're like, okay, I get it. Stop.
Drop of water makes a Grand Canyon. It just takes 1,000 years.
Yeah. I don't know. But at 205, the only thing that I'm looking forward to is whatever happens with Lionheart. What's his name? Anthony Smith?
Yeah.
He's in 205, and he called out a few people. Well, he hasn't really called them out. He did say he would fight Gustafsson. Gustafsson is miraculously injured right now.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Because he was perfectly fine, all that time when he took off. He's like, oh, I'm great, well, whatever. And then some, opportunity pops up.
I don't know. I'm not him, and he hasn't said anything on it, so we don't know. But I don't know. I would like to see whoever Anthony Smith fights next.
I say you put him against Corey Anderson, have them go at it, right? Because Smith is...
To buy time for the title fight?
Yeah. Smith is... Well, they both recently won, right?
Right.
Fairly easily.
Well, the same night.
Yeah, the same night. So why not? And they both had, 1-round knockouts? First round?
No. Anderson went to the decision because before the prelims, it was 9 decisions in a row.
Oh, okay.
And then Anthony Smith closed out the night with a fucking first round knockout on Shogun, which was brutal.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
That fucking elbow.
Well, even then, Anderson, he's a young dude. He can come back fairly quickly, right? Put him against Smith. That way, you got these two guys who just won. Smith just beat...
Both at the top.
Yeah, Smith just beat Shogun. So you're like, okay, he beat a notable name. Smith, who do you fight? Or Anthony?
Corey Anderson?
Corey Anderson, sorry.
God, I cannot remember who he just fought. I don't think it was anybody notable, though.
Well, like, Corey, he's in the top, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely ranked. He's up in the top 10. Patrick Cummins? Was that who he fought?
Glover. He Teixeira.
Oh, yeah. That was the
He
fight
just
for
beat
him.
Teixeira, and that's also a notable name. He fought, he was a contender for the title at one point. Before that, he beat Cummings. So he's got a couple names under his belt. You know? And Smith's got a couple of names under his belt. Fight for the damn number 1 spot.
Hell, he put Rashad out of his fucking career.
He did?
With a fucking knee.
Yeah.
God, that was so bad.
I mean, that wasn't Rashad in his prime. That was Rashad after getting knocked out about 7 times.
Yeah, but it's still, that knee was brutal. I think that knee would have knocked out almost anybody in the top 10, man.
Fucking ridiculous.
Good Lord, that was crazy.
Definitely would have knocked out damn near anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Anderson, he's fought a couple people.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
he's a fighter. He has fought a couple people.
Obviously, but I'm saying, like, notable people.
I don't know. Although, one thing I would like to see, just because name-wise, because he's Corey Overtime Anderson, I would really like to see him fight Volkan No Time Ozdemir. Because, I mean, like, what's going to happen here? It's overtime versus no time. So what are we going to do?
I can see it. Co-main event.
Just a big clock.
You put the title on it. You have the clock in the background. You put times up as the
nice.
the brand on the bottom.
Nice promo. Somebody start tweeting. You got something to do, Jacob? Make a tweet. You need to hit up Dana. Hey man, here's the fight.
They won't listen to me. All right, like remember when it was Rumble Johnson's last fight, and I tweeted him. I got an idea for your post-fight career, which is a show on Fight Pass called Rumble in the Jungle, and we go do a safari. That would be the greatest thing ever.
You should just have him visiting everything in the fucking Africa highlands and the lowlands and the jungle.
Think about it. If we did,
he could be on National Geographic. I bet you he'd bring in a whole new audience.
If we did Rumble in the Jungle, we would have discovered Francis at least 2 years earlier than he would have been on it.
That's what they should do. Send Rumble all around the world into like places where there's seedy background fighting, people just standing around throwing money, and it's Rumble in the Jungle fighting, trying to bring people into prominence.
I would totally love to see Rumble.
He'd be a good promoter, man.
Black fucking guy going from different country to country, and like going into area like kickboxer. Remember how like the beginning of the movie they go in there and the guy's like breaking people in the ring and shit? Like, that would be hilarious because. Like, it would be great to see him go over from place to place and be like, you want to fight in the UFC? Like, we'll give you a tryout. You could tie it in with Contender Series.
Here's your tryout. Anthony Rumble Johnson. The last thing I heard on Corey, though, was like, he tweeted up DC about them two fighting.
He did.
And DC said, all right.
Well, DC is he's kind of like senior spring in the light heavyweight class now. He's like, fuck it, I got one fight left. If I lose the belt, I lose the fucking belt. It doesn't really fucking matter to me. So I imagine if he does decide to take Corey, he'll probably drop it like immediately after, or he'll keep it and drop it afterward after the Brock
fight.
Fuck that,
retire with the belt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna retire.
Put your gloves down and walk out with a belt.
Well, like he'll probably keep it till after. I imagine he would keep it after the light heavyweight fight. So when he fights Brock, they can be like, "Oh, it's the champ," which is the stupidest fucking name for a dual champ.
Yeah,
right?
A champ.
Yeah.
Did they call Conor that when he had both belts?
No! You know why? Because Conor was like, that's fucking stupid.
I don't know. That would be an interesting one. Corey versus DC. Although I think fucking Corey would get his ass handed to him.
He get the shit wrestled out of him.
He's going to get tossed around and held down. I think he's got more of a chance than Volkan did because, God,
Volkan had no ground game.
Volkan was just a lamb to the fucking slaughter. Volkan was more of like the early days of UFC where it was two people of one discipline fighting. They're obviously going to stick somebody who doesn't know how to stand up and fight against somebody who does stand up and fight. And we saw what happened. Although this fucker knows how to stand up and fight too because he knocked out the heavyweight champ. Yeah. How about the shit show for fucking Woodley's belt?
That's funny.
Oh man, I'm enjoying it because I don't like Colby. I think he's He's that douche everybody had at high school that thought he was walked on water and was daddy's. I hate that kid. That's Colby.
Yeah.
That's fucking Colby. And then does everything he can, gets the belt, which I don't even think he actually out-fought Rafael. I think he just out-paced him. So I don't think he took some shots where he looked a little questionable, like his feet got a little loose underneath him. And RDA does not hit anywhere near as hard as Woodley. He hits hard as shit, but he does not hit like Woodley does. If that was Woodley hitting Colby, Colby would be fucking out.
Well, the weird part about Colby is his last 4 fights all went to decision, right? He's not really a finisher.
No, he's
like
GSP.
He grabs you, he takes you down, he tries to wrestle the hell out of you, which he tends to do. And if he wins, it's probably by decision because he just barely hit you, and just outpoints you the whole time. So he's not really a guy that's impressive for the belt,
Right.
I give him credit because he did. In my opinion, he didn't win the belt. It's an interim belt. It's a fake belt, And honestly, I think Woodley, he's kind of in the same bucket. He's way better. He fought Wonderboy twice. Both went to decision. Both were very boring fights. The first one I was excited about. Second one I was like, somebody throw something,
Well, I mean, if he actually did tear his fucking shoulder, his labrum, whatever, I need to look and see where that fucking muscle's at, or
yeah, he told her
tendon or whatever.
Shoulder,
the fuck
I think it was in his shoulder.
Yeah, that's why he wasn't throwing, because he did have his arm just cocked the whole time, ready. He just never threw it.
I understand why. Wonder Boy's not somebody you just want to rush in at, and I get tactically you might want to stand back, but at a certain point you're like, you're the champ. You got 5 rounds of this. You can either walk around circles for 5 rounds, or you can do something, Same thing with Wonder Boy. You can either walk around the fucking thing for 5 rounds, or you can try to win this.
Well, Colby. Wonder Boy is always looking for an angle.
React.
He's looking for an angle.
Yeah.
He's looking for you to start throwing, expose not a weakness, but like just expose a tendency that he can fucking slip a leg in. Because the dude's fucking sidekicks are no joke. Those forward sidekicks he throws, good lord. But whenever he goes up against Woodley, Woodley is somebody who knows the dangers. I think Woodley is a lot more mental than he is physical. God, he can beat the hell out of you. He can wrestle the shit out of you. But he's watched, I guarantee you, and I don't follow him on anything. I don't watch too many videos where he's at, but I can guarantee you that dude studies you.
Oh, yeah.
He just the way he goes into it, like both fights against Wonder Boy, his last one with Damien. I mean, he's showing that you're not going to surprise him unless you do something just way outside of what you normally do. Like, Wonder Boy would have had to fucking start grappling a lot for T Wood to be surprised, like, what the fuck was he doing?
Yeah.
So, I mean, with them two...
Well, the weird part about that is the first fight, I can kind of see, like, that Woodley, he definitely got him. He dropped him. And towards the end, he had that little fury that was there. That you were like, okay, I can kind of give it to him. The second one, I thought Wonder Boy won the fight. He had the circle. He had the control the whole time. He was more dictating the pace. He was more active. But, I don't know. They didn't see it that way.
I don't know. They're both boring fights, but if you're looking for an action-packed fight, that wasn't the fight. That was more like a Francis and fucking Derek Lewis fight. Jesus, that was so bad.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest.
I don't know, with the whole Colby being... Yeah, they were talking about Colby being stripped once Woodley versus Till happens. So if that happens, I'm laughing even harder because Colby just fought
I think he's
to
stripped.
get that.
I don't think he's the title.
Once they go in there and start fighting, he's stripped.
No, I think they already stripped him.
Did they really?
Yeah.
The last I saw is like once the fight actually happens, because he's got to wait for them to get into the ring.
No, I think he's already stripped.
He's not stripped yet.
I'm pretty sure he is.
No, he can't be because what happens if the fight falls through? You still need your interim.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Colby is like not somebody. I don't have any problem with the way he actually fights because he puts a pace on people that a lot of those guys don't know what to do. And like RDA had no answers.
No,
he had no answers.
The GSP thing. He took the same sort of plan that GSP did, especially in the beginning, where he'd come in, he'd grab you, take you down, smother you the whole time, and point you out. Now Woodley's got to fight Till, which is going to be interesting because it'll be similar to the Wonder Boy fight, in my opinion. But I think Till's more aggressive than Wonder Boy.
I don't know, dude.
So I think Till's going to go after it, and I think Woodley's going to rely more on wrestling than anything.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think Till won against Wonder Boy.
I don't think either.
I don't know why he got the nod.
Because they're in England, and England's dirty as shit.
Was that card actually over there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. I know
Every time there's a hometown fighter over there.
Yeah, they win if it goes to decision.
Ask Bisping.
Yeah,
right?
Fucking Bisping. Hendo beat him.
Yep, 100%.
Hendo beat him. So I'm put that on record that Hendo won that fight. And I think most people who watch that fight know Hendo won the fight.
Yeah.
That was so stupid. But yeah, I honestly think Wonder Boy beat him. He was more active. I think he was a lot more precise with his hits too.
Yeah.
I don't think he got hit that often.
Fully, I believe Darren Till lost that fight.
But it is an interesting fight to see Woodley versus Till because even if Wonder Boy had won, nobody wanted to see a third fight with him.
Oh yeah, yeah. That there would be no point for the rubber match.
No, Woodley's going to have to lose the belt, and that'll be the only way Wonder Boy gets a shot at the belt again.
Yeah, that's the only way that would possibly work. But there's no way they'll put him for the third time, unless there's a stipulation like that. Unless like Wonder Boy's got the belt, or they're fighting for a number one spot, something like that's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's the only way that would work.
I wouldn't want to see it anyways, unless those guys come out there like first fucking half minute and all they're doing is just standing in the middle like fucking Holloway and Ricardo Lamas. Speaking of Holloway, I haven't heard anything on his medical condition since his getting pulled from the card.
I heard he's doing better. That's all. Like they asked him in interviews, he's like, "Oh, thanks for the people." And
Mahalo.
Like, now he's in Vegas, or no?
Yeah, he's coming. He just flew back for some test or whatever it was.
I think he was in Cleveland. He went to a specialist. And they were like, "He's okay. He's doing better."
His manager said it was whoever was trying to say it was like a stroke was like that was not conclusive, and nobody has said anything like that because if it was a stroke, he probably would have been not released from the hospital as soon as he was.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't have.
Yeah, so there's no way it was a stroke unless it's something they don't know.
It's concussion related.
I think
we know.
I think it was just like late onset symptoms. Because whatever it was probably bad. And why those guys are fucking hitting that hard, that close to a fight is fucking stupid. Because Yancey got pulled out too.
Yancey broke a rib.
Yeah, because they're fucking fighting like maniacs a week of a fight.
You don't understand, stuff happens, but like you got two people in your camp. One of them is the champ, and the other one's, he's getting up there. He's fairly decent at his job, and he's getting some traction, out of everybody in your camp. So like maybe not try to break him, Don't invite Bane to your camp.
Don't invite the guy who's like gym ready all day every day.
Let's go, bro.
Those what they call like gym room killers, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm good. I want to see the Holloway fight. Holloway
Ortega. That's the fight everybody wants to watch.
I can't wait for that when it finally does happen.
It's gonna happen eventually, but it's just gonna take time.
Just to speak on that, I'm kind of happy that Ortega didn't do an interim fight for an interim belt. Because if you look at what just fucking happened with Colby.
Well, he has the belt. He has an interim belt.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No, he said he didn't want to fight for it.
He's got an interim belt.
He does not want to fight for an interim belt.
He didn't fight the last pay-per-view after he pulled out because he didn't want to fight somebody else for it, but he has a belt.
He doesn't have a belt.
Yes, he does.
Unless they gave him a belt, he never fought for one because he didn't want one. He went on Schaub's podcast and was like, "No, I don't want that fight."
No, he didn't want to fight.
He didn't want to fight Stevens.
Did he not get a belt for
No
Frankie?
No.
this war.
Unless they just ran up to him and gave him a fucking belt that happened to be laying around.
You never know. Dana has a Indiana Jones warehouse.
He didn't want to. He didn't want to. Last I heard, just going off of what I saw on the Shop podcast, whatever his is, Below the Belt, I think it is.
Same thing.
Yeah, he was saying he didn't want to. He didn't want an interim fight. He didn't want an interim belt. He wants to fight for the real belt.
I thought he had one. I thought they gave him a belt.
See, my point is, I'm glad he didn't fight for an interim belt because it's a fake belt, honestly. Not just from my perspective, but a lot of the fighters' perspectives. And then, look what they just did to Colby. Like, Colby is like, hey, I can't have that fight right now. I just had some type of sinus surgery.
It did the same shit to Tony.
Yeah, it's like, so fuck that belt. I'll fight for the real one, the actual belt. I'm glad he fucking did that. Ortega did a good move for Ortega.
Well, the question is with Woodley, say he loses the belt to Till, right? Long shot, say he loses the belt to Till. Right?
Fucking put Wonder Boy in there.
Who gets the next shot?
Put Wonder Boy in there.
Who gets the next shot? Does Woodley get an automatic rematch? Or I think it depends on how the finish was, but like, who would be the next one? Would Kobe get the next one because technically he's number one?
I don't think Woodley would get the shot just because all his defensive have been kind of lackluster and nobody really cares. Like, who he fought? He fought Maya, boring. He fought Wonder Boy twice, boring. He won the belt, okay, knocked out fucking Lawler, but there's been no activity. He's not been somebody people want to
I understand. It's a big clusterfuck of a situation for that weight class because the amount of like shit that has to go through.
It would either be Colby or RDA, to be honest.
It would probably be
versus
Colby.
Till. I would hope it would be Colby, so Till could light him the fuck up, and I could see him get humbled, hopefully. Or RDA. I think RDA would be the better shot for a more competitive match for Till.
I think it would be better the first one to be Till, or of course, but the first one to be RDA. Because say he beats RDA, you know the entire time that the whole build up for that fight, Colby would be talking shit to Till the entire time on Twitter because that's what he is. He's a Twitter warrior,
Twitter troll,
and he'd be talking shit the whole time. That way, when you do after say he beats RDA, then you make the match with Colby, and you have that whole not only that 3-4 month build up to that fight, but you also have what he was talking shit before that. You have that whole build up, which would be great just promotion wise, and it'd be great because Colby would get a bigger head than he has now, and then
I don't even think that's possible, buddy.
And like it would just be great to see him lose. He's got the Floyd Mayweather type effect going, where you're like, I just want to see him lose. But at least Floyd did it, where you're like. Yeah, I can see how I give compliments. You're a great boxer, but like I can't take anything else away from you. Or Colby, you're like you're just a dick.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in anything that's going on in that weight division right now. There's not been a lot of movement, and it seems like that weight division is only moving with the way the fucking dudes talk.
Yep.
Like Colby talks shit, so he worked himself into a position. He was promotable, so they did it, and then. The other top 5 guys would be Thompson, Till, RDA have actually been out there fucking fighting each other and hard fucking opponents to try to get those fights. Try to prove that they deserve the belt shot, and I don't know, just not a lot happening right now for them.
Yeah.
I'm not really all that into that division right now. Somebody in there needs to fucking light a fire. Colby's not the guy. He's just a shit talker. He's not Conor. Conor did it with fucking amazing fashion.
Conor did it with style.
He did it better than Chael.
The rise of Conor is
and Colby will never be either one of those.
Well, the thing about that is Conor had something to back up the entire time. Like he talked, the amount of shit he talked going into each fight.
Yeah, but he had a fucking left hand from hell.
Marcus Brimage all the way up to Jose Aldo. You're like, this is the most amazing rise in UFC history.
Yeah.
Period. Because before he even showed up to the UFC, Conor was like, he had a massive amount of fans just from small cage rage shows, or cage war, whatever it was. And he brings that over to the UFC to where his first fight against Marcus Brimage, you're like, okay, it's a new guy. See how he does. And he beats him. And the people are going ape shit in the fucking crowd. And they're like, well, how the hell are these people? They even know who the hell he's at. I think he was on the. I didn't think they had Fight Pass then. He was like the second fight of the card.
It's because
he had such a fan base coming in because of the amount of shit he talked.
Yeah.
And the way he, portrayed himself, where he was that calm when they would ask him shit. Just this amazing build up, and Kobe does not have that at all.
No, Kobe tries really hard with his off the cuff bullshit. But it's just.
It's not off the cuff.
No, it is.
No.
Whenever he goes off the cuff, there's no planned direction for it, dude. I'm gonna take this like any regular American and go up to set it on Donald Trump's desk. I was like, really? Right now? You're gonna be that guy? You fucking idiot.
I don't think he makes it up as he goes along. I think he has an idea. He needs to get a writer. I'm gonna piss somebody off a little bit while I do this. He doesn't know exactly how he's gonna do it, but he knows the direction he's gonna take. Like a WWE promoter, they're like, go fuck with that guy, and you gotta say this, and you can make up the rest. It's like one of those.
I really want to know what he would have done if Fabricio Werdum would have actually fucking stood up with him and started swinging instead of throwing a fucking boomerang. He would have got fucking
4 bodyguards around him,
And you can't sit there and talk that much shit.
You gonna talk that much shit about someone's country and then not back it up like that? I realized he fought RDA, right? And he beat him, but it wasn't in Brazil.
Yeah, you had to move your ass to Chicago where you wouldn't get stabbed.
He wouldn't go to damn Brazil to fight somebody in there for them. He did it once and then talked so much shit afterwards,
Yeah, I mean, fucking Colby. You're not Conor. You're just not Conor. Quit trying. Quit trying to be if you ask me, he's trying to be like Conor and Chael together. They just had some mixed up fucking love child they gotta
he doesn't have
put
that
in
swag.
a home who's just angry.
You know how Chael, when he would talk shit, especially when he first got in the UFC, he was kind of like the Ric Flair of the UFC. He made you want to listen to it. Because he would say shit and you're like, oh, that's kind of funny. He's got kind of a point. And he would just talk shit and you're like, oh, this is hilarious because he's making fun of the guy, but in a playful way, but not really playful. There's that whole thing where he talked about Nogueira feeding a bus a carrot because he thought it was a big horse. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. Just because he had a way, he still does, of saying things that you're like, all right, you're making fun of the guy, but
you're doing it very, very on the sly.
Yeah.
I'll just say, you're not Conor. Quit. You're just not Conor. I mean, you don't even have the draw coming in.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Colby's talented. He is very talented in what he does, but he needs to go to fucking acting classes for one. If he's gonna be acting all this bullshit. 2, he needs somebody to write a script for him so he can memorize it and go out there and say some lines. Speaking of Conor, community fucking service. Community service because of a plea deal.
How many hours?
That's insane. I know I did see something about him going to anger management classes, and I'm not sure how much money he's going to have to pay because it was a plea deal. So there is going to be a certain amount of money coming out of that. Yeah.
I know he's got the anger management one for sure. I don't know how many hours of community service he's got to do. But
I do like how...
I mean, for a fact, you can throw a fucking dolly through a bus window and give community service.
Well, he didn't technically injure anybody with the action. The glass that shattered did cause... Yeah, I mean, he didn't hit nobody with it.
No, yeah, he did.
No, he didn't hit nobody.
Fucking dolly hit Michael chest.
No, it didn't. The glass, from the impact of the dolly and him being right there, just got him.
Regardless, it still cost 2 people paychecks.
Yeah.
And he hurt, apparently, a couple of UFC employees.
Yeah, but they're employees. There's probably bodyguards, too, so that's their job description. Unless it was the paper pushers, or the guys were like, hey, guys,
honestly, I don't know.
You go to room 2B.
I thought it was a couple of women that got hurt.
Well, I know Rose got, mentally fucked up.
No, I thought it was, the employees. I think the female employees.
That part I don't know.
Because
I'll pull up the
on
case.
the embedded, they said a couple of the female employees were hurt afterwards. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know he threw that. Like we've all seen the video. Where he throws the dolly, and he busts the window and all that. But you got to look at it from Connor's point of view. At that point, I think that week, Artemis, what's his name?
Artem Lobov.
Yeah, Lobov.
The GOAT.
He was like the day before. He was like cornered by Khabib's team.
Did you watch that though? Khabib just pulled him aside, was talking to him, and all of Khabib's friends surrounded him. Which that's not on Khabib.
Yeah.
Like he was telling him like, "Why are you talking shit about me?"
Yeah. Well, it's still like it's one of those things that it was just a big shitstorm between the two people.
Yeah, and plus with all the drama they got going on, like calling each other out, and
like
come fight
from
me.
Khabib's standpoint, it probably like if you're gonna talk like that, you should definitely not have a group of people that come up and surround the guy you're talking to because that just seems aggressive.
Right.
From any standpoint, if you're talking to somebody and a group of your friends surround him, it's like, all right, maybe I don't need to seem that aggressive. I'm just talking to somebody. And from Lobov, like, he wasn't that aggressive talking to him. Like, if you watch the video, he was, just saying, hey, why are you doing this?
Yeah. I get it. And Connor did definitely overreact.
Yeah, he was very
obviously fucking overreacted.
Definitely. You ruined that card, you piece of shit. I wanted to watch that card so fucking bad.
Yeah, there was a lot of fights on there that, god damn it.
Fucking Tony ruined that card. Connor ruined the card.
I don't know if fate ever wants them to fight. What if the fight was going to be so epic and so bloody that somewhere along the line, some gods of MMA were like, guys, we cannot let this happen.
I think the UFC's cursed with super fights, man. Like, every time they put on, like, super card, they're like, oh, it's going to be the greatest card of all time. They're like, oh, it's going to be amazing. And some shit happens.
I mean, if it ain't Conor or if it ain't Brock Lesnar, you're not making a super card.
Yeah, Jones, like, when they had the DC Jones fight for 200.
Oh, fuck.
And you're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. The day before, I was so pissed.
And I'll give fucking Anderson Silva credit for stepping up for that one.
Yeah, but, I mean, when they're like, we need something to fight, and he's like, how much are you paying me?
Yeah.
That much? All right, I'll be there Thursday. Like, I'll be there fucking tonight.
Fucking
I'm on a plane right now. I bought the tickets before I called you.
Honey, pack the bag.
Well, you can say high pitch. It's Anderson Silva.
Oh, yeah.
Honey, pack the bag.
Guys, it's normal.
It's not normal, man. It's weird. It's just fucking weird. You're a professional MMA fighter. You got a fucking high pitched voice. Sound like a 12-year-old.
Did you see Silva got cleared from USADA, whatever you want to call it? USADA.
Yeah, he got cleared. It was retroactively, so I think he's cleared in October.
November?
Yeah,
well, November he'll be back, so sometime in October he's done.
Either way, yeah. The question is what he was doing when he was off,
For this year, or he's probably just trying to prove his fucking case.
Probably. Put down them dick pills.
Yeah.
Or only buy actual
pills,
brands.
Man.
Like, none of the over-the-counter ones. Like, got a prescription for Viagra now and shit.
Yeah, get the real stuff, man.
Don't get like Rhino Enlarged 7 or whatever the hell they sell. Don't get the shit behind the gas station.
Don't get Ironwood Steel Magnum.
Yeah.
That stuff's crazy.
That sounded more like a cologne.
I mean, no, like that's just like all the hardest shit I can think of real quick.
Ironwood Steel Magnum.
Yes. Plus granite.
Titanium 7 Platinum.
That's their new version.
That's granite.
That's the silver package.
The diamond one. You gotta get the diamond one.
Oh, man. But yeah, him being cleared means he's back. It's a retroactive suspension, so whatever time he's already served, it counts towards it. So
yeah.
If it's up in October, he'll be back in November. Last I checked, he was mentioning GSP because that was a fight that never got to happen.
There's a fight that's 10 years too late.
Yeah, but I still think GSP beats him.
I thought GSP beat him then.
Yeah, because as good as he may be on the ground, I don't think he's as good as GSP is on the ground. Simple.
The thing that Anderson Silva was best at was
he's
striking.
Technical. He's so technical.
Anderson Silva was better at striking and using the clinch, but GSP, he's got better planning than you have. He knows exactly what you're going to do before you fucking do it. Anderson might, he has a way of, especially in his prime, of fooling you into something, and then when you throw it, he knows where you're going to throw it and moves out of the way, whereas GSP knows what you're thinking about throwing and knows how to react before you react.
Yeah, I mean, plus he can take a hit. He's taken plenty of hits trying to get in there to grab people.
Oh, yeah.
He's gotten fucked up a few times trying to get in there to grab people too. Fucking lucky Matt Sarah.
That's a Hall of Famer, man.
Oh, I can't say shit about him.
You can't talk
but
about
that was lucky. We all know that was luck.
You can't talk about the Terracero like that.
We all know that was luck.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Gegard Mousasi going over there. Okay, you're a name-ish. You're on the tail end of your career.
The only
You've
fight
gotten
that
older now.
I really wanted to see when he went over there was against Roy, and they're doing it. You know, like he got the title, so they're gonna.
Oh, Gegard and
yeah.
That I'm gonna watch that one.
And then that's really the only thing that's coming up besides those tournaments. But honestly, those tournaments, they're okay. But I think who's doing it better is the PFL. They got a whole tournament, or if you win, you get $1 million. Which is
fuck.
Imagine that payday.
You gotta get there
fight
first.
A couple guys, but like
you have to get there first.
You know for a fact when you win that thing and all that confetti comes down, they give you that giant like Pride style cup that's like 4 times the size of your body.
But we got some fights tomorrow, dude.
We do have some fights tomorrow. UFC on Fox. This is the one on actual Fox, not like Fox Sports 7.
Yeah, no.
This is the one.
FS1. It's not on FS1.
This is Fox 30. They did 30 events on there already. This is one of the very rare cards where you're like, I do not want to watch the preliminary ones. Like, there's not really a lot of people in there that I really want to watch. I would rather watch the undercard and the main card. Not really the primary ones. You know,
yeah, I mean, the prelims are just looking kind of bleak. There's only 4 fights, but there's nothing on there to get me interested in them. I think it's all just to segue into your main card.
Yes, that's really what it is. I mean, on the early prelims, you got Dustin Ortiz, which is always fun to watch. You know, I always thought he was pretty cool to watch.
The little gremlin looking dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He's pretty interesting.
Alexa Davis, she's doing pretty good as of late. Ross Pearson, you know, he's been in the UFC for like 100 years.
Here's my thing with Alexa Davis. She's ranked number 3.
Hmm?
Why is somebody ranked that high in this division on a fight pass? Why don't you move that up to the prelims and promote your prelims?
It's a flyweight one. It's really lightweight classes, and that whole weight class is very underexposed at this point. The only the biggest stars is Joanna and Rose.
I guess
that's it. That's as far as like, well, that's strawweight. That's not even flyweight. Who the hell's the flyweight champ?
Your guess is
exactly.
Oh, is it the girl that's coming back to defend it? Oh, I forgot her name. Is that the one Valentina's gonna fight? I can now remember that young lady's name.
Flyweight is.
I don't know. The only other one on the Fight Pass I want to watch is Pearson versus McDessie. I mean, that's the only other fight. I'd rather watch the 3 fights on the Fight Pass than the 4 or the 3 out of the 5 on the Fight Pass than the 4 on the fucking prelims. Prelims, you have Antigulov and Kutalaba. Who?
Flyweight's the lady who won the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. She's coming back because she won the belt, and then she's been out due to injury.
Okay.
Yeah, she's coming back to fight Valentina.
Oh, that makes sense.
See, I knew what I was talking about. I just didn't know her name.
Is she fighting Valentina then?
Yep. They've already started talking about it. I thought I saw something about it being confirmed.
I thought that. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, the Fox prelims, you got Raging Cajun Johnson versus Islam itself.
The Raging
Makhachev.
Raging Cajun Johnson.
You got Hakeem Dawodu, who I've seen him fight. He does pretty decent against Austin Arnett, who does pretty decent. But again, these are like subpar fighters. None of these guys are ranked at the moment. I'm not gonna call them subpar because they're fighting, but they're not ranked. They're not really fighting anybody.
Jordan Mean. I would watch that one. That's
to
really
push themselves forward.
The
though,
main
to
one I would want to watch.
Actually,
is Mean.
Yeah, I mean that's the end, the one that leads you into the main card. But I guess they're trying to promote all these guys.
Well, yeah,
and girls up.
Well, yeah, this is on Fox. This isn't Fox Sport 1, so this is one that like they're trying to get these people exposed to. for people like casual people that are like, I'm just waiting for Modern Family to turn on. This is what they would watch.
They got Jordan Mean versus Alex Morano is the last one going into the main card, but the main card actually looks fucking decent.
Yeah, the main card is actually one that like this could be a pay-per-view. What, 2 years ago? Like
I
this
don't know about that one.
Literally,
this could have been a pay-per-view 2 years ago, except for the first fight on it. But yeah, you'd have to add a few more because it's only 4 fights. But
this could have been like in the main event of a pay-per-view a couple years ago.
yeah, so the one going into it is Alexander the Great Hernandez. So the Great is not his actual name, so it's Alexander Hernandez. Okay, versus Oliver Abunmorcier. So I'm going to just tell you right now, the UFC's page does not make him flattering. He looks like the guy standing outside of a school looking for a little kid. Because he needs to do himself a favor and get rid of the mustache. Or grow a beard to compliment it, because he looks like straight up pedo. And Alexander the Great here is kind of young.
Okay.
So
that's weird.
Yeah. Although, if we're going to talk about the fighting talent, though, Alex, the last 2 times I saw him fight, he did pretty decent.
Yeah, he's on a little bit of a tear. Who did he fight last?
Not sure. Not off the top of my head. I don't have it right in front of me.
Why not?
But I remember he did look pretty good in that fight. Oliver, I don't remember ever seeing the Canadian gangster fight. I could not tell you if I've seen him fight.
He fought Dariush last. So he's doing fairly decent.
Dariush.
Billionaire.
Who did he fight before that?
I think that was a debut.
He fought Dariush for a debut, and he's ranked number 13. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I think he came in from a different league.
That would make sense. Kind of like Sage did.
Well, no, Sage was like a... I think, like, this is...
I'm just putting it in modern person. Because I don't recognize Alex at all.
I think he came in from, like, the PFL or one of those, like, Ryzen. It wasn't Ryzen. It wouldn't have been Ryzen. It's one of those fights, one of the smaller promotions.
Right.
If you want to call it that.
The one after that, though, is going to be interesting. Joanna. I'm not going to attempt the last name because I don't know how to say it correctly.
Jacek?
And I'm not Bruce Buffer.
You're Jacek? It's the Polish buttsole.
So,
we all know her.
Yeah. So
she's
Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna is like the easiest way to say it.
Versus Tisha Torres.
The Tiny Torres.
Yes. Well, it's the Tiny Tornado, but
yeah, this is really hard to decide between the two. All right, because let's face it, Torres is really hot.
She's all right. She is attractive.
She is very. She was one of the first people I watched on The Ultimate Fighter that season. I think she was on there. I remember seeing her on one of the things, and I was like, I want to watch more of her. It was one of the first the female fighters that I was like, all right, I get it. They're trying to promote a lot, And Joanna came along, and I was like, oh, they can actually fight. This is pretty amazing. Like, it's one of the first talents that you watch, and you're like, oh, okay. There's more to it than just looking good. It was one of those things you're like, oh, I can take women fighting seriously. Because Ronda had the big push, but that's Ronda Rousey. She's grabbing everybody and throwing them, and it takes more than just one person to be like, oh, okay, I'll start paying attention. With the Ultimate Fighter, where they went, and they found, like, I don't think anybody on that season with the women was even unattractive at all. They went and found like the hottest women to do it.
Well, she's got some names under her belt, but she's lost to Rose, who is the current champion.
Yeah.
But she won against Rose.
Yeah, it was a back and forth. The last time they fought, Rose won.
Right, the time before
that. The first time, there was the loss. Or the win against Rose.
I think if Tisha beats her, if she beats Joanna this time, they're going to do the third. They're going to do...
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it. Because I know Rose is not going to give Joanna the time of day anymore unless she admits.
She beat her twice.
Back
to back. First time, obviously knocked her the fuck out or TKO'd her. And the second time just
beat her.
Fucking took her to school.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't piece her up, but she kept coming. She won. She took more shots. She was more accurate. I mean, she was just a better fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tisha is doing pretty good. She did lose to Jessica, but look who she's fought. She fought Andrade and lost, but she won against Watterson.
Yeah, did she?
Yeah, she won the decision December last year, 2018. And then other than that, she's fought Paige, she's fought Rose twice, she's fought Felice, she's fought Angela Hill. She's fought most of the people in the division. If she wins against Joanna, I guarantee you she's up next.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That seems like the next logical step.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Which I can't wait to see how Joanna does, because she got beat twice. Former champion gets beat again in the rematch. Like, what is she doing mentally? Like, how is she still Joanna? Did she get that champion's curse whenever they fucking lose and they can't come back for a while?
That's a tough one, because it seemed like after the first fight, Rose like broke her spirit. You know,
I think she didn't just break her spirit. I think she broke her fucking will.
I still say
you can talk yourself into getting back in there, but you can't talk yourself into believing it.
I still say Carolina in that division deserves another title shot.
Carolina Kowalski or
the other Polish one.
Actually, I don't think Tisha's actually fought Carolina.
Nope.
I know Carolina moved up, didn't she? I think she moved up weight class.
Nope, she's still strawweight.
You think so?
Because she's fighting Jessica Andre, strawweight.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's fighting her.
Ooh, I can't wait to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's confirmed for 218?
Yep.
Or 228, whatever the fuck this card's going to be?
Yep. She, I think she did this, would be the second best out of anybody who fought Joanna. Because I think she deserved a rematch after the Joanna fight. Well, she cracked her.
In the Joanna fight, she took everything Joanna had and just kept like, what else you got? Because you don't hit worth it shit. You throw a lot, but you ain't hitting hard.
Joanna stumble, and her knees gave out on her with a couple hits. And it was the first time we were like, oh, wow, that's interesting that somebody could not only take what Joanna's got, but give it back. And it went to decision, if I remember right.
Fuck. Carolina beat Rose.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting fight to have them run it back, Rose and Carolina.
Mm-hmm. She beat Rose right before she fought Joanna.
Yeah, because that was the she beat Rose with the split decision, so that could be an easy case for them to fight again because it was a close fight. Oh man, that would be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
She lost to Joanna, and then she lost again right after that to Claudia. But her next two fights, she won. So the only thing is with Carolina, man, she's a decision. She wins in decision. She wins in the long game, and she's only got
but it's not like it's not a spectacular decision.
I know, no, I get that. I'm just saying she makes everything an extended fight. If she goes out there and beats who's she fighting? You said Jessica?
Yeah, Andre.
If she beats Andrade with an actual TKO or a KO or a submission, I think she's gonna. Her and Tisha should have a title eliminator.
That would be interesting. I think Carolina would just. I think she'd get that one off there because she's got the link to her and she's got a little better striking. But then again, Torres could always come in and get inside and take her down.
And just beat the hell out of Joanna.
Yeah. So there's no telling exactly how. I still think Carolina would definitely deserve a rematch or for the title shot at least.
Yeah.
The strawweight, that division's there to watch right now. Like it's moving, and like most divisions, like there's no stalling in this one. It's moving, it's progressing. You can see more talent coming in, getting better.
I think for the women's division, this is going to be like the welterweights for the men's, which one? I think it's 170 for the men's. Is it 170 or 165? Just fucking stacked, full of talent.
65.
So 165?
Yeah, it should be.
No, because they don't have a 160.
Oh, 155.
It's either 150 or 170. One of those I know is just fucking overloaded.
55. The one with Khabib. Because you got Khabib, you got Tony, McGregor. You got the big stars in the thing.
I think that's 170. But
No,
I'm gonna have to get all this stuff written down. So
that should be 155.
We're gonna put a board up here so we know what division's what.
We'll start putting pictures and like stringing rope around it.
Yeah, fucking red yarn, how shit connects. We're gonna have a fucking conspiracy board.
Yeah,
just to see where all the fighters are at. Yeah, I can't wait to see what this one does, and I think after that they should do a Tisha Carolina for a title eliminator, so they can do a fight against Rose. I think Rose would be down to fight either one of them because she's lost to him.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is your chance. You're the champ to renew your
the rematches.
Yep. Get all those losses, done up, fix them up, button them up.
Fuck it, we'll put all three of them in the cage at one time. Have a
No.
Have a
What they need to do is they need to put a cage on top of that cage. So Rose fights on the bottom, the first fight. We all get to watch what happens there, and after she wins, she goes up, or whoever wins goes up and fights the other person.
What if it's the reverse? What if the two?
No, Rose has got to prove herself because she's lost to both of them.
Like the two have to fight up top, and then the winner comes down there.
No, you go up. That way you're on the pedestal.
Then reverse it. Then you go up.
Only one person is coming out of this fucking middle cage to be on top of it.
Is it like a whole octagon they put on top?
Yes.
With a mat and everything?
Yes.
Or is it like a chain link?
It's a two-story.
Like a Hell in a Cell type?
No. We're not going restaurant. We're going a whole mat.
Like a whole mat and everything? Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
The fight after that, man, this is actually a really good Fox main card. So like Aldo, the former champ, 10-year champ, versus Jeremy Stevens.
Lil Heathen Stevens.
Who I'm not a fan of, but the guy is good. It's really good.
This is
I'm
kind
not
of a toss-up.
I'm not a fan of like what he does.
It's kind of a toss-up.
Fighting is really good though.
Tell you the truth, I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
Who the fuck is that guy?
But between the two of them, I could not tell you who to bet on or who to even guess would win. He's not really the Aldo we know. He's not prime Aldo anymore. He's a little more reserved, as we've seen in the last couple of fights. And he's always kind of out there, but you can't count Aldo out. So, and you can't count on just Steven's power of doing something. It's a toss-up between the two. That's what it is. I couldn't tell you exactly who to pick.
I think if Aldo comes in like Aldo, he just beats the shit out of Stevens, unless Stevens throws one of them short fucking uppercuts and nails somebody.
Couldn't tell you, man. It's one of those ones that it can go either way.
I don't know. I'm more excited about the main event and the fight right before that fight, but I understand why it's there because if you ask me, because Holloway's undetermined right now, we don't know what's going on with him. I think Stevens, if he wins against Aldo, they're gonna try to push for an Ortega Stevens interim fight.
Yeah, I think it would just depend on how Holloway is. Say Holloway, they're like, you can't return right now. Like, you're out for a little bit because of whatever happened to him. Then, yeah, I would say Stevens, Ortega would probably be the next logical step because, I mean, even though Stevens is not the highest ranked guy on there, you're not going to want to see Frankie 2 that soon for a casual fan.
Right.
So you definitely put Ortega in there against somebody at a Stevens level just to see what would happen. And
honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Ortega fight either one of these guys, Aldo or Stevens, for an interim.
I wouldn't want to see Aldo. I would rather see Stevens. I think Aldo's got his chance.
If he does Aldo, he adds the name to the list, and that makes him look that much better. Because regardless of if it's old Aldo or young Aldo, it's still the name.
Yeah, I get the name part, but as a fan, I really just wouldn't want to see it because it's going to go either one or two ways. Either Ortega's going to go in there and beat the hell out of him and win, or Aldo is going to it'll go one or two ways. It's Aldo will either get that one shot in that'll change the entire course of what that division is and unravel everything that Ortega and the UFC's built up at this point as far as a new star. You'll stop the momentum of him, which is something that I don't think the UFC will want to do.
Yeah, I mean, Ortega's a good selling point right now. Him and Holloway, if that fucking fight can never happen, I feel bad for Holloway. It's like one fight out of his last 4 fucking attempts.
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty bad. And he had the main card, the main event. The most violent man in the UFC, according to his last fight. He won that title, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Isn't that what the fake title was?
Yeah.
That they put on the line? That
It was
the most
violent. Him and fucking Gagey.
Eddie
It was
Alvarez,
a pretty bad fucking fight.
Eddie Alvarez versus Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Saying that right? Poirier, the last name?
Poirier, yeah. It's Poirier.
It's spelled weird.
Yeah, I mean, the I is silent.
Yeah. Anyway, between the two of them, they both recently fought Gagey. Eddie's coming off what I'm pretty sure he had a softball underneath his jaw the last fight.
God, that was
Gagey.
so bad looking.
And Poirier, I'm pretty sure his leg was completely black after that fight.
Poirier, to me, in that fight, just outclassed Gagey.
I think he just outlasted him, to tell you the truth.
I think he just outclassed him because he took shots, but he was dishing them so much more consistently than Gagey was. Gagey, that dude is not.
I think
he's not good, man. He's good, but he's not good at varying what he does. It's hit, kick, hit. But every fucking one of them, he's swinging for the fences. So you can't take too many of them.
He's there
Poirier
just to look exciting, you know. Like
he's got to change his game.
Hopefully he does. He's got that fight with James Vick coming up, which we'll see how that goes. But between the two, if you watch the fights, Eddie and Poirier, when they fought Gagey, Poirier obviously had more volume throwing in there, right? He had a ton more volume, but not only did he have the volume, but he had the cardio to keep up with it because he really wasn't getting tired if you watch the fight. Or if you watch the Eddie fight, they were beating the hell out of each other, but by the end of the second round, I think it was, they were both tired as fuck. They were both heavy arm swinging.
Well, they were both trying to lay each other the fucking out, man.
Trying to like destroy each other. But Poirier kind of had the same thing with Gage. He had to weather the storm first, and then he kind of gave it back to him. And as soon as he got that pace going up, eventually, he won it. And I think this time around, I think Poirier's got a better chance against Eddie. Because they both fought before, and that was the knee incident, right?
Yeah, they had that. Eddie threw that fucking knee that got him disqualified, or became a no contest, I think. No, it was a loss, and Poirier got the win for it.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, because it was an illegal knee, they would have given them the win. Because that was whenever all the rules were changing, and if I remember right, Poirier stuck his third limb down because he was on his feet, and he put his hand down. But whenever Eddie tried to pull up so his hand would come off, so it's a legal knee, he didn't. Because Poirier is a little bit taller, his arm length is longer.
It was a no contest.
It was no contest?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were.
That's the no contest on both the records.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember. When he pulled up, his hand was still down, and he fucking kneed him in his illegal knee.
That was the same one as Weidman, too. I think that was the same card.
No, it wasn't the same card. It was...
I think that was the same card. Oh, no, that was the month after.
Yeah, it was like the next fucking card. We had it 2 nights in a row, basically. Or 2 fights in a row.
Yeah, I remember that because it fucked over our fantasy.
Yeah.
One, like twice.
I still won, though.
Technically.
But yeah, like this fight, if Eddie wants to keep it going down that fucking most violent route, I mean, good on him, but you don't have to. You don't really have to. Poirier he's good. You can't stand there and bang with him. Justin was dangerous, but Poirier is better.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one goes. This is one of the cards that if you're just a casual fan or you have people over your house that are like, oh, I've never watched this before, you probably want to turn on the main card and just be like, hey, watch this. You might like it. And then hopefully you got some new friends that'll go out with you to like Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever that you go to watch the...
Are you like projecting right now? Are you projecting?
Nope. I'm trying to get a sponsor.
Trying to get
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Tomorrow it's gonna be interesting. I got about 2 hours I can kill, so I'll watch those fights. I'm definitely gonna have to fucking look online for the Fight Pass stuff because I don't have Fight Pass. But
it just doesn't seem worth it. I had it for a little bit, and it was given it was the beginning of the thing. But even if you look at it, they have the archive of whatever to watch on there, but it's so limited. You know, sometimes they don't show certain fights. Like they didn't have the Holly Holmes fight on there, the Rousey Holmes fight for like 4 months after that thing because they didn't want to show it. And like every time a big star like loses, or say a star from another promotion that was in the UFC beats somebody in the UFC, they're like, yeah, we lost that footage. That one doesn't exist.
It's just gonna take us a while to get it, guys. Yeah, I mean.
On top of that, like you're paying $100 for was it like $30 for a month, right? Don't do that. Do the WWE thing where it's $100 a year and you get all the pay-per-views. You still got to pay for the fucking pay-per-views with it.
Do you?
Yeah, which is stupid. I'm paying $30 a month. It's a consistent paycheck to the UFC. Give me the fucking pay-per-views. You just pre-order pay-per-views. That's all it is. That would be that. I don't see why UFC doesn't do that.
Yeah, if you pre-order, they should do that, something like that too. Pre-order pay-per-views, that way you get them in advance at a cheaper rate, and you got guaranteed money.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a pay-per-view, like $60?
Yeah,
and then
most part. Yeah.
If you could pre-order them for $35 to $40, I would buy a year's worth of them. If I could get them like 2 months in advance at $30, fuck yeah, I'd do it. Especially if you knew who was going to fight on that card. All right, well, I really ain't got nothing else I've seen.
I think we're good.
Later, ladies and gents.
Bye.